Hello, and thank you for joining me. Today we are keeping with the theme of springtime foraging and taking a look at dandelion honey. The process is very simple and easy, and it makes a great addition to your fridge. If you're anything like me, you would maybe like to do more foraging but can't always find the time, or maybe you are nervous about finding the right plant. Well, the nice thing about dandelion is everyone can identify them. And what's even better, they are weeds that grow like crazy, so you don't have to worry about offending anyone when you gather them from a park or a field. The same thing cannot be said for magnolia blossoms. Try to pick those in a park and someone will give you a hard time. So to give an overview, we will go out into the woods and find a good patch of dandelions, collect the flowering heads from the plant, take those back home to pluck the petals, use those to make a tea, add sugar and reduce it to make a syrup which when cooled has the consistency of honey. And real quick, I usually say this at the end, but apparently it's a good idea to remind folks at the beginning also, but please don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe. I'm a professional chef and I make nice videos that can be helpful resources for anyone wanting to get more intimate with their home kitchen. So click on in. To get started, find yourself a good patch of dandelions. I like to seek out patches a bit off the beaten path, mainly to avoid places where dogs would be marking their territory. We will be washing these, but still. The process will be easiest on a sunny day, as the flowers will be fully open. And this day was no exception. Lots of bright yellow flowers, and lots of happy bees buzzing around. I set about gathering the flowering heads from the plant. You don't even need scissors. Your fingers are perfectly suited for the job. I try to move from patch to patch just to avoid overpicking. In no time at all, I had gathered a good amount of flowers. I'm not really providing a recipe for a specific amount in this video, but rather a recipe that you can use for whatever amount of flowers you end up with. But just for reference, this amount of flowers gave me a solid pint of honey by the end of the process. Back at the ranch, it's time for the most time-consuming part of the process, but it's really not that bad. We need to pluck loose all the petals from the flowers. So get comfortable, put on some music or a podcast, and get to plucking. I find that if I pinch the base of the flower head, the petals come loose pretty easily. Just try to avoid too much greenery getting into the mix, though a little bit is totally fine. In due time, the task is complete, and as is customary, your fingertips should now be nice and yellow. Now we just need to give those petals a wash in some cold water to remove any debris or critters that maybe got caught up in the mix. Once washed, drain by removing the petals from the water with a sieve or skimmer. Don't dump the water out into a sieve, or all the dirty bits at the bottom of your bowl will come with it. Classic mistake. Now that the petals are clean, we put those into a pot along with some lemon slices, then add enough fresh water so that everything is covered. As mentioned earlier, this will be different depending on how much you picked, but don't worry, we can use weight to adjust everything later. With this water added to the pot, we bring everything up to a boil, drop down to a gentle simmer, and let it go for 30 minutes. Then we kill the heat, cover, and let it all sit and steep overnight. But if you started the project in the morning, you could probably get away with just letting it steep for most of the day. Either route you go, once the time has elapsed, strain out the petals from the water. I give a good press to make sure I get full extraction. Then this is where the math comes into play. Weigh out this dandelion tea, and whatever that weight is, add half the weight in plain sugar. Now get the sugary tea back on the stove. Bring to a simmer and keep cooking until it reduces slightly and has taken on a syrupy consistency. It is difficult to describe perfectly what that viscosity should look like, but basically when you dip a spoon into the hot mix and pull it out, it should coat the spoon. Not like molasses certainly, but it shouldn't completely slip off the spoon like water. If it seems overly watery, just keep reducing for a little while longer, but do keep in mind it will tighten up significantly once it has cooled. I'm satisfied with how mine is looking, so I kill the heat and set it out on the balcony to let it cool down. It was a chilly night, so it didn't take long before it really began to set up. And look at that, we stopped reducing at the perfect time. It really has a honey-like color and consistency. Job well done. Now all there is left to do is find the perfect jar and get it stored away. And that is that. While this is technically not a true honey, the taste and thickness is so close you could probably fool a lot of people. As for how to use it, it's great in all the ways regular honey is. Drizzle a bit over your yogurt and granola. Stir some into a hot cup of tea. Maybe some crepes or cornbread. And don't hesitate to go into the savory direction and experiment by adding it to a marinade or barbecue sauce. So, get outside, pick some weeds, and have fun with this versatile ingredient. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this simple method for making your own dandelion honey. Shout out once more to Chef Joe Bartlett, who is a great person to follow if you need foraging guidance and unfussy recipes for every season. I have him to thank for learning this method to making dandelion honey. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the old thumbs up button and subscribe for an ever-growing collection of fun and relaxing cooking videos. I don't focus exclusively on foraging, but I have a few in the collection, as well as many others to suit a wide range of taste. So join the party. And I get a little jolt of excitement every time I get a comment notification, so don't be shy with sharing your thoughts or asking for any clarification below. For now, get out there and enjoy the sun. Until next time, cheers!